Has the NFL offseason officially descended into pure, unadulterated madness? Are we as fans so desperate for a seismic shift that we're now conjuring up trade scenarios so outlandish, so utterly audacious, they make your head spin? Because if you thought you'd seen it all, prepare yourself for a hypothetical bombshell that suggests the Miami Dolphins, a team on the cusp, might just be ready to pull the ultimate trigger and replace their franchise quarterback with a former MVP candidate. The whispers are turning into shouts, the rumor mill churning out propositions that defy belief, and at the heart of the latest, most mind-boggling suggestion is none other than Miami's very own Tua Tagovailoa. Is the pressure on the young signal caller so immense that even the most wild of trade ideas are now gaining traction, or is this just another symptom of an off-season starve for real action? As the dog days of summer stretch out and football fans patiently endure the agonizing 2-week wait for the glorious start of training camps around the NFL, the void is often filled with speculation. And not just any speculation, but the kind of fantastical what-if scenarios that only the most creative minds in sports media can conjure. On Monday, the internet was set ablaze by a proposal that will probably top all other pitches in terms of sheer craziness, a true whopper from CBS Sports' Cody Benjamin. This isn't just a two-team swap, it's a multifaceted, 4-team blockbuster that fundamentally reshapes the quarterback landscape for a quarter of the league. And at its core, it involves the Miami Dolphins and their polarizing quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa. Benjamin's audacious vision sees the Dolphins making a move that would send shockwaves through the league, trading Tagovailoa to the New Orleans Saints as part of a sprawling 4-team deal. In return, Miami would receive the San Francisco 49ers' dynamic quarterback, Brock Purdy. But it doesn't stop there. The Dolphins would also sweeten the pot, sending a 2026 second-round pick to the 49ers in the exchange. It's a dizzying carousel of talent and draft capital designed to ignite conversation and perhaps, just perhaps, hint at the underlying anxieties and desires bubbling beneath the surface of several NFL franchises. Let's break down the full, dizzying scope of this proposed football frenzy. The San Francisco 49ers would acquire veteran quarterback Kirk Cousins from the Atlanta Falcons, along with a 2026 second-round pick from the Dolphins and a 2026 third-round pick from the Saints. The Miami Dolphins would land quarterback Brock Purdy from the 49ers, a move that would instantly redefine their offensive identity. The New Orleans Saints would secure quarterback Tua Tagovailoa from the Dolphins, giving them a new signal caller with a proven track record. And finally, the Atlanta Falcons would receive center Matt Hennessy from the 49ers and a 2026 fifth-round pick from the Saints. It's a chess match on a grand scale, with each move designed to address perceived needs. Benjamin's rationale, while certainly speculative, offers a glimpse into the thinking behind such a complex proposal. He posited, the 49ers just paid Purdy, which is completely understandable, but we know Kyle Shanahan has an affinity for his old pal Cousins, and we know Cousins is currently blowing in the wind, awaiting an opportunity as Atlanta's number 2. The Purdy to Cousins swap might be a downgrade in 2025, but adding a couple of early-round picks could help San Francisco replenish its greater infrastructure. This suggests a long-term play for the 49ers, sacrificing immediate quarterback upside for future draft capital and a familiar face. For the Dolphins, Benjamin argued. Miami, meanwhile, might embrace a more dynamic signal caller for Mike McDaniel's timing-based offense, while sending Tagovailoa to another former left-handed quarterback in Kellen Moore, whose Saints are sorely inexperienced under center. He even went a step further, suggesting that in New Orleans, even considering Tua's injury history, you can bet veterans like Alvin Kamara, Chris Olave, and Brandon Cooks might prefer a proven passer as Moore installs his offense. This paints a picture of teams seeking specific fits, whether it's a dynamic presence for Miami's intricate offense or a proven passer for the Saints' veteran-laden attack. Now, while Benjamin's logic for this intricate 4-team trade proposal made a certain kind of football sense in a vacuum, it's crucial to inject a dose of reality into this wild narrative. The article in which this trade was pitched was aptly titled, 5 Wild NBA-Style Trade Proposals for the NFL. Benjamin's objective appeared to be to name 5 crazy trade proposals more for entertainment purposes than as deals that could actually occur. Let's be unequivocally clear. The possibility of Tagovailoa getting traded somewhere this summer is very, very close to having a 0% chance of happening. The Dolphins have invested heavily in him, both in draft capital and now a massive contract extension. Trading him now would be an admission of catastrophic failure, a complete reversal of course that no NFL franchise would undertake lightly. However, even if the trade itself is pure fantasy, the idea of it, the discussion it sparks, is incredibly telling. It speaks volumes about the immense pressure currently resting on Tua Tagovailoa's shoulders as he enters the 2025 season. If the Dolphins were, for some truly unforeseen reason, to entertain potential replacements for Tagovailoa, then Brock Purdy's name does indeed make a certain kind of abstract sense, primarily given his experience with Kyle Shanahan. Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel famously coached under Shanahan during their time together in San Francisco and runs a strikingly similar-styled offense in Miami. The transition for Purdy, theoretically, would be smoother than for almost any other quarterback in the league. And let's not forget Brock Purdy's resume, despite his Mr. Irrelevant draft status, is remarkably impressive. While he didn't receive any first-place votes for the MVP award in 2023, he finished a stunning 4th in voting with 97 points. For context, quarterback Lamar Jackson won the award in 2023, while Dallas Cowboys' Dak Prescott and 49ers' Christian McCaffrey finished 2nd and 3rd, respectively, ahead of Purdy. It's worth noting that even Prescott and McCaffrey didn't receive any first-place votes either, highlighting the consensus around Jackson's dominant season. But Purdy's high finish speaks to his undeniable impact. Despite being the very last pick of the 2022 NFL Draft, Purdy earned the starting job with the 49ers in Shanahan's complex offense and has thrived. In 40 NFL games, Purdy has averaged an elite 8.9 yards per pass and posted an outstanding 104.9 passer rating. He boasts 64 touchdowns against 27 interceptions, accumulating 9,518 passing yards. Most importantly, Purdy is a winner, holding a remarkable 23-13 record in his career as an NFL starter. His efficiency, decision-making, and ability to execute Shanahan's system have made him one of the league's most surprising success stories. But again, the likelihood of a Tagovailoa-Purdy swap is extraordinarily remote. What this wild trade proposal truly highlights, however, is the monumental pressure facing Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins as they head into the 2025 season. Tagovailoa's NFL career record stands at a respectable 38-24. He led the league in passing during 2023, showcasing his accuracy and command of Mike McDaniel's offense. More significantly, he helped the Dolphins earn playoff berths in both 2022 and 2023. This achievement, making the postseason in back-to-back years, was a historic feat for the franchise, the first time Miami had accomplished it since the 2000 to 2001 seasons. It signifies progress, a team finally shedding years of mediocrity and building a winning culture. Yet, for many, that's simply not enough to justify Tagovailoa's recently signed 4-year, $212.4 million contract. When you sign a deal of that magnitude, you're not just getting paid to be a good quarterback, you're getting paid to be an elite quarterback, a franchise cornerstone capable of leading a deep playoff run and competing for championships. Dolphins fans hungry for sustained success want to see the organization take that definitive next step. Not just make the playoffs, but win the AFC East and make a legitimate, impactful run deep into the postseason. They want to see their quarterback elevate the team to true contender status. Until that happens, until the Dolphins break through and achieve those ultimate goals, NFL pundits and fans alike are going to continue to devise these wild trade proposals. These are not just flights of fancy. They are a direct reflection of the underlying narrative surrounding Tua Tagovailoa. Every hypothetical trade, every outlandish scenario, serves as a stark reminder of the immense expectations placed upon him. The contract is signed, the pieces are largely in place, and the time for excuses is over. The 2025 season isn't just another year, it's a referendum on Tua Tagovailoa's ability to be the elite quarterback the Dolphins have invested so heavily in. The pressure is on, and the entire league is watching. So, what do you think, Miami faithful? Is this wild trade proposal a sign of desperation, or simply the natural byproduct of a quiet offseason? Do you believe Tua Tagovailoa has what it takes to silence the critics and prove he's the long-term answer? Or are you secretly wondering if a change at quarterback might be what the Dolphins truly need to reach the next level? Share your thoughts, your frustrations, your hopes, and your wildest predictions in the comments below. Your passion fuels this channel, and we love hearing your unique perspectives on these high-stakes decisions. And if you're as invested in the Dolphins' future as we are, and you found this breakdown insightful, please smash that like button and subscribe for all the latest exclusive NFL analysis. Until next time, let's keep the conversation going.